I never actually hit start then. It just started. Oops. Thank you for entertaining my stream, Day Assassin. You are angling for mod of the month, and there's not much of the month left. Did I do a... Step bro, are you stuck? Do you need help?
Yeah. Can you pull on this?
Sure, hang on. Ah!
I said pull on it, not pull it off.
I don't know. I'm so naive in all of those ways.
You don't know your own strength.
All those mature ways. I'm such an innocent angel.
Edgefield. Yes, I know this one.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen my new banner?
3 floors in the
Twitter
basement.
and Facebook and everything? I didn't, before you think I'm...
Well, that was disturbing.
What?
What's disturbing?
We were inside Tamar's character, and we were looking down, and we could just see, like, her body breathing, and we got stuck there.
Oh!
Oh, yes.
What can I say? It's
Is
what
it
you do to me,
loaded?
Mama. You're going back for more, though. You say it's disturbing. But...
Pitch.
I was going for the board.
Yeah?
Pitch.
I bought lighters. My stream watched me buy lighters. I'm so sorry.
You've done this before.
I hit at all.
It just doesn't like you.
I'm starting to get that impression the game's just not that into me, you know? What was I saying?
Objectives are blow out a candle, capture a photo of the ghost, and walk through salt.
Copy
Well,
that.
we can get to it then.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I'm going for the power.
What was I saying to you,
It's in the
stream?
garage.
I am a whale, thank you.
I was making a joke about something and I have no idea what the fuck that was.
Power is on.
Thank you. That was supposed to be seductive, it just came out as creepy, but... Shit happens, guys, you know what I mean? The lockers downstairs are locked. I don't know if I turned my game volume up more than it was before, so if the game sounds louder than before, can you let me know so I can turn it back down? Because I noticed, you know, I play you guys like the bloopers and stuff. I watch my streams back to check that everything's kosher, and I noticed that because of the way I've set up the desktop audio, so the games aren't overpowering and all the rest of it, that the videos that I play you guys, you actually can't hear very well. That's why I messed with the volume. Sorry for breaking the moment at the start of the song, but yeah, that's why I messed with the volume to turn it up, and I've turned it back down to where I think it was, but if I'm wrong, please do let me know. We have a Ouija board.
Yay!
Mama's like, let me touch it. Touch it.
I like the smooth wood.
Oh, girl. What did you say? It came out really broken.
I like your chuckle. It's beautiful.
Aw, you're beautiful. We are in a bedroom, although we'd have to climb up. I don't mind climbing up the bed.
Keep it clean or London.
Could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we could try not to fall off, try not to hit our heads, our asses. You know, it could be interesting.
I did have an ex who had a loft bed. It was interesting, to say the least.
I have had sex in one of those beds. I had one where I used to live when I was with my mom. And I wasn't super duper young, don't worry, all of you suddenly going, ah! I was of age. It was all consensual, but yes. We we ended up having sex in that, and it was very logistically awkward, not gonna lie. There is no cowgirl.
Yeah, fair.
I have no idea where this goes to.
Yes.
I repeat that, Skull?
I have no idea where the ghost.
Neither
Yeah, me and Mama have pretty much searched every room.
I keep hearing items be thrown, but I can't see anything out of place.
I am not hearing that, so maybe are you downstairs?
Yeah.
I
not getting
heard
cold
them downstairs, upstairs.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I don't have a camera, so I should have brought a camera in.
I'm also walking around with a thermite looking for a cold spot. I'm gonna check the basement.
Well, I've got an EMF.
I
I'm
was just about to say it.
scouting.
Possibly basement.
Okay, coming to double check. Oh yeah, it's cold down here.
It's not very cold though.
There's nothing
Oh, it
there.
dropped quite a bit for me.
Oh,
Oh.
hello.
No! It was a hunt! I thought it was a van! Ah, it wasn't. EMF 5. We have.
Taylor, my love! Rick! We shall remember you!
Yeah.
Sanity was lower than 50%, so it was a standard hum.
Spina Marta.
Insanity dropped pretty quickly though.
Because we didn't have lighters for candles. This is what happens when two of you walking around with candles. Actually, can I point?
I got a crucifix for you.
Or attempt to point at the EMF?
Fingerprints.
Okay.
On that door if you take a picture.
I've got a camcorder, not a photo camera.
Okay.
I'm trying. Desperately.
I think that might have been EMF 5 then.
Look at me! Look at what I am doing!
No. Why is all these cans on the floor? Where are you?
Look at what the cans are on.
How old are you?
That's probably Tamer throwing cans at us.
Where are you?
I'm not at
How
you.
old are you?
Could you not think I'm a bitch
Where
for 5
are you?
seconds?
How old are you? Where are you? Is that?
It touched something. I'm gonna go grab a camera. Be right back.
Fucking hell.
That is EMF 5 confirmed.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say. Fuck it. Pieces of shit. I was so calm. I didn't expect to die. Surprise! Would you like
Can't be
to?
spirit box, so the ghost writing freezing temperatures, dots of ghost.
So everything but spirit box. Wee! I don't know why I turn into Michael Jackson when random things happen. That shock me. I either turn into my friend and go, oh, or I turn into Michael Jackson and I'm like, hee hee, Craig David. It's Shalmon, motherfucker Shalmon. It's okay, I just dropped my lighter in case anyone was like, what the fuck was that?
Toasty, can you please walk in the
Rest in
salt?
peace, your ears.
I would be forever so grateful.
Mama. touch my cock.
Thank you.
I've only just noticed on this cock it says
Take the
transparent
footprint
colour.
photos.
Got him.
They're ignoring my cock.
Another crucifixy. I'm gonna go
It's not
get
impressive enough.
dots and some other stuff.
Sad face. Sad fucking face, man.
Have we got a book down?
Don't forget, guys, that there is, or there are, noise alerts for bits now. Some of the best noise alerts are now bits, so if you would like to play them. And they're not super expensive, there are some for as cheap as like 50p. So, or 50 bits, whatever that translates to your currency. So, you know, just saying, it might be worth purchasing some bittai if you would really like to fuck with me. Do you know, I haven't died all night, and the first one that I put the fucking equipment in for, I fucking died. Yeah, should have, fucking piece of shit. You know what you did! Getting sassed by a fucking ghost, man. So it's an Obake. Okay. Obake, Obake. How would you guys say that? Obake or Obake? See, Skull says Obake. And he watches people who play with the devs, so I have a feeling he's probably accurate.
Appears in between the boxes, look.
I saw a really good meme that I shared
It's an Obake. I repeat, it's an Obake.
that said, never make fun of someone who
Are you
mispronounces
sure you
a
see
word
it?
because it means that they learned it by reading.
I'm sure
I
I've
think
seen
that
orbs.
is-
Yep, definitely.
That is sage advice.
Oh yes, there it is. I just saw it. Okay.
Pidgey, we're gonna leave. Come back.
I'm here. Can you not see me tossing my
We're not gonna go for a photo.
No, let's not bother. Let's just get Pidgey back in the game. She's going to be really upset. She lost all her stuff.
I am upset about that.
Vision, please don't throw
Colk.
water at me, that's rude.
It's my Colk.
She doesn't normally complain.
Big Colk.
Just saying.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
You don't normally mind my cock.
Sometimes I just don't want thrust in my face without my permission, okay?
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
lady.
I wasn't sure
No
if it was
means
just the
no.
necrophilia that you were objecting to.
Who doesn't have the urge to crack open a cold one?
We can make it work, Mama. I can still hold things.
You. take
Yeah,
it
I was saying to
nobody's
my stream,
responded.
just before you said about, like, she's probably annoyed that she lost all her stuff, I had just said to my stream, like, the first time I've died this evening, and I put all the fucking stuff in.
Don't worry, I'll put it all in this time.
That's what being nice gets you.
Yeah, I'll probably die now. You'll be fine.
Poor Mama, man. Poor Mama always seems to die. Is she muted or off on a Stream Raiders or something? Is she on a Stream Raiders, guys?
Just want to run off for a couple of minutes.
Ooh, she's paused for some reason. Yeah, I pulled her stream back up because I've got her tabbed so that I could see if she was in a Stream Raiders, but it had paused itself, so now I have to watch an advert. Pre-order Elden Ring now. Yes, she's put her word game up, so. Mama went to the restroom. Thank you, Killer Quip. I don't know why I added a H in there, alright? Let's not start that. Cool.
Cool whip.
Yeah. Skull knew
Instantly both
exactly
of
where
us.
I was going.
Instantly, both of us went to.
Family Guy. Do you know what? Actually, that's like the best way that I can describe Skull as a person, and I said this to him, is essentially he's Brian from Family Guy, more or less. Like, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I mean it as a compliment. He's funny, but he's dry, and I love his sarcasm. Of course, he's making that as awkward as it can be by not responding, you know?
Sorry, I'm reading something. I'm reading something on my phone while we wait. I'm distracted by other things.
I have actually turned my game volume
What I
down
would
a
say
bit more.
about Brian is that his character... I'm not quite as cynical as him, although I'm close.
Yes, this is true. Like, Brian isn't a carbon copy of Skull, don't get me wrong. But they have more similarities than they have differences in their just sort of general... just sort of ideals, I guess, and things. It's mostly the humour and the way they tell jokes. Do you know the answer to this, Skull? I saw somewhere a really long time ago, I can't remember where I saw it, that the girl who played Phoebe in Charmed used to voice Meg for the first couple of seasons. Is that true?
Don't know. I know it was a different actress in the first season.
I know she does like Family Guy and she's friends with Seth, what's his name? MacFarlane, is it? And she has done like a cameo, hasn't she, in one of the episodes? But yeah, I read somewhere that she used to voice Meg.
I think the person who used to voice Meg, they brought back for another repeating character. I think Peter's boss.
Hmm.
The woman who's Peter's boss, I think that's the person who came back who might have been Meg's voice originally.
Am I getting confused with The Simpsons now? Or is that the woman
I have no idea.
that he's into, and they get in the elevator at one point and they're like, he's stood there and he's like, think on sexy thoughts, think on sexy
No,
thoughts.
no, you're thinking of The Simpsons.
Is that The Simpsons?
You're thinking that's The Simpsons, that is. Let's go.
That right there is a creepy ass picture, man. Not on your life, won't let it break me, won't give up the fight. Pull on this last thread I'm holding so tight. Feed my imaginings, won't let a sweet dream die. Not on your life, I'm not abandoning, I have survived. Somehow still standing through death and through death. I need your love like a drug keeping me alive. Drown me in your blinding light. I will be more than my survivor.
Mama said let there be light.
Only scars on mine. Even in dreams I hear you calling. Breaking the surface I won't let go.
Also, Tim, I was piddling earlier, so sorry if I did not respond to anything you were asking.
We have a bone in the master bedroom.
That is part of me, one of the songs off Ev's new album. If you haven't listened to Ev's new album, but you are into rock or female fronted rock and Ev, listen to it. There are some meh songs on there, but the good songs, fucking awesome. Copy that. I have a picture camera, so there you go. Where did you say this bone was? Sorry, I was singing. I didn't hear what anyone was saying. Okay.
Master bedroom.
In here. I was just apologizing for not responding to you earlier. I was taking a piddle.
It's okay. Like I'm not easily hurt. Over.
Lights flickered in the kitchen then.
Skull so desperately tries to like. Just gonna keep on keeping on. He reminds me of Cheat a little bit in that way. I'm just gonna keep on. I'm just not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. I think one of my second favourite songs off the album is Feeding the Dark. That's a really good song. It has Origin vibes. If you're a fan of Ev, you'll know what that means. It has Origin vibes. It's really good. Broken Pieces Shine. I have good days and bad days with that one. What's that one?
Yeah, I think it might be in the kitchen.
Game
as well.
Over or something it's called. That one's, or the end of the game. That's alright. I'm not getting any EMF in here at all. And then
getting,
obviously
like,
Far From Heaven,
slightly
like
colder patches, not like cold, but colder.
okay. Got it. Yeah, Far From Heaven is obviously just amazing as well. Have you checked the basement with the thermometer, Mama?
No, not yet.
I was supposed to go and see Ev on their Worlds Collide tour with
Let's go see it.
Within Temptation, because I love Within Temptation as well, but it got postponed and lots of shit happened because of
Well,
COVID.
it's warm up here. It's like I'm 98% sure it's in the kitchen. That's where I'm getting the coldest.
Okay. And we cancelled our tickets eventually because, like everybody. Oh.
Well, there's a door touch.
EMF 5. EMF 5.
Copy, I'm getting the fingerprints.
But yeah, like everybody during COVID, like money got a bit, so we cancelled our tickets, and then they postponed and decided to rearrange. Sorry, so they never actually cancelled. So that sucked a little bit.
Yes.
What can you do? We were gonna go see them in London, and the nicest hotel nearby that wasn't super expensive was a yacht.
No fingerprint.
The hotel yacht thing, so it was all going to be very cool. But if I'm honest, I don't like London. Not as a city, I don't mind it. It's got some cool stuff. It scares me, I think is the more appropriate term. London scares me. So, and it's not because of the Londoners, the Cockneys. It's well, it's a terrorism thing, you know. If anyone's gonna hit anywhere, it'll be the, you know, fucking capital, so. But I try to be better.
Ghost raiding. Somebody grab a camera.
There's one on the kitchen table. Do I have? I could grab another camera. So yeah. But I've seen Ev a few times. I did the VIP experience for Synthesis, which was amazing and incredible. So, if you ever get the chance to do like a VIP experience, it's worth it. You know, they say like don't meet your idols because it's not gonna necessarily work out
Still no fingerprints.
the way that you want. I was worried about actually meeting Amy Lee, and she was just the sweetest person. I have a whole video on YouTube.
Where'd my
Can one
video
of my
camera
mods
go? I just put
exclamation
one
mark
down.
YouTube for me?
Oh, I'll put it up here on the shelf. Looking out over the whole room.
Oh, okay. I was like, am I going crazy?
I have a
what the
whole
fuck
video.
happened?
It's
Somebody
like
got a dots
59
anywhere?
minutes.
Do you want to put one down?
I've got one in my hand.
And the funny thing is
have
I
footprints
posted that
going on
video,
right
and
there?
then like a year, it was like a year later, there was a comment. There is a comment on there. I think I pinned it, of Jen Majara, the current guitarist from Evanescence, and she said that she'd seen the video and she'd sort of seen it was 54 minutes, so she'd sort of skipped through
Looks
to
like we
little
missed
bits
them.
to see what was going on, and realised that
I'll
this
go
was
get another
something she
dots.
really wanted to watch.
Another
So
writing
she
book.
got herself a coffee and sat down and watched the whole thing.
Get picked up.
And that was a proud moment, guys. I would not put that dots there personally. I would put it like here. That was a proud moment. So, if you would like to hear my experiences of the whole VIP thing, I bought so much merch.
I didn't check the spirit box. So
We spent that whole weekend. We went to Manchester to see them. We made a whole weekend of it, and we spent easily over £300-400.
Can you turn the lights off in the kitchen, please, so I can see dots more clearly?
Yes.
Mama, have you ever like met your idol? Whether it be an actor or a musician? Have you ever done like the whole VIP thing?
I've met like one. Like, I don't know if I would call them like my idol, but like somebody like I recognize as an actress who's really good.
Who was that?
I cannot remember her name right now. She's a redhead. She played a small role in Supernatural. She also had like her own series called The Guild. I cannot think of her name
Is
off
that-
the top of my head right now.
Is that the girl who plays Charlie?
Maybe.
She's the only redhead I can think
Yeah.
of. Was it? Yeah, the girl who played Charlie. You met Charlie Bradbury? Oh,
Yeah.
I
I
really
can't
hate
think of
you.
the
kind of.
actress's name right now. I can see her face so clearly and it's driving me nuts.
What
But
was
yeah, I
she
met
like?
her.
Is she like?
She
is
is
she
very
similar?
lovely. She is
Listen to
very lovely human being. She's like very bubbly, very like cheerful.
Pills for me. One each should do.
Okay.
Copy that. What were you saying? She's very lovely. She's what?
She's very bubbly. She's like very huggy.
So she's basically Charlie Bradbury.
Basically, yeah. She was very lovely. I didn't like get a picture, unfortunately. My friend did. But yeah, she was very lovely.
That sucks. I am very envious of you.
Yeah, the photos were just too much, and I was like, nah, I shook your hand. That's good enough for me.
Felicia Day.
I
Thank
also-
you. That's her name. Felicia Day.
Alicia Day, yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Thank you. I could not think of it for the life of me. But yeah, I also had the opportunity, and I sadly missed out to have lunch with Alice Cooper.
Freezing.
My friend would slap you. Alice Cooper's like one of her favourite people. She loves the what's it called? The band
Oh.
that he's in with Johnny Depp, the supergroup. Is it the New York Vampires or something? Don't come at me, I can't remember.
Sure. I don't know.
Sure.
Sorry, we were talking about stuff. Did you say freezing temps, Scott?
I think so. We need to get a thermometer and check. I couldn't find one.
Okay.
That would make it a shame.
But yeah, no, I have a friend
Hollywood
who's a
vampires.
voice actor, so he was working at Comic-Con, and Alice Cooper was the music person. Oh my goodness, the music. You know what? The entertainment.
The
That's word I was
musician
looking for.
for the event.
Yes, he was the entertainment for the evening, and my friend was hanging out, signing autographs, and Alice Cooper came up and is apparently a Dragon Ball Z fan, which, like,
Oh.
my friend is a voice actor for. And he invited my friend out to lunch, and my friend, like, texted me. He's like, "Where the heck are you? I'm going to lunch with Alice Cooper. You need to come." And I was like, "No, I'm out of town. I'm 2 hours away."
Just like stall him for 2 hours.
Oh, I sat and I like cried. Well, I don't drive, so I had like no way of getting there. And I'm like trying to call my dad who was at work. I'm like, "Dad, you need to get home. You need to drive me back."
You don't understand.
It was like, "Dad, Alice Cooper. We could go to lunch with Alice Cooper."
I've met a couple of famous people. So, but not like not Alice Cooper famous. My dad dated Ozzy Osbourne's niece. because Ozzy Osbourne is originally from Birmingham, and his family, the majority of them, still live.
Yes.
And my mom worked with Ozzy's sister at the care home. And my dad, it was one of my granddad's favourite stories to tell, because my granddad didn't know this was when Black Sabbath were, big, like, talking 70s, 80s. And Ozzy was in town and wanted to meet his niece's boyfriend, or fiance at the time, to congratulate them. And he had said, we'll come and pick you up. So he turned up to the house, my granddad's house, and he knocked on the door, and my granddad didn't recognize him and was like, yeah, I'll go get him. Shut the door in Ozzy's face and walked into the living room and said to my dad, you can't go out with this guy. I don't like the look of him. And my dad was like,
oh my goodness, that's
Dad,
funny.
that's Ozzy fucking Osbourne. And he was like, oh shit, I shut the door in his face. And went back. I am so sorry, Mr. Osbourne.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah,
Love it. That's great.
that
That's cute.
I always said to my dad, why? Like, I know I wouldn't have been born if he hadn't, but why did he not go through with marrying Ozzy's niece? I don't know. That was a story that apparently I was too young at the time to hear, so it probably
That's pretty funny. Also, your brother
Yes,
yelling
let's
at
play
us.
with
Sorry,
it.
we were in here telling stories, and you know how your sister gets.
Bitch!
Do we know what ghosty we have?
Shade.
Yes, it's a shade.
What are you
I'm
laughing
laughing at you because it's a shade. I've been telling you the evidence this whole time. It's a shade.
Okay, thank you. Well, blame your sister. She got into story time. She started it.
5,
Yeah, but
ghost writing, and freezing temperatures.
what Skull knows that Mama is now just learning is that I actually have a very, not unique, but a very specialised ability, because I used to be in an orchestra where I can actually listen to two things at once. It's also a trick they teach soldiers. Being able to pull both pieces of relevant information at the same time.
Yeah, it depends.
Did you
Are
know?
we
Did you
doing
never
this?
learn that in orchestra, how to listen to two things at once?
I learned in band.
Wheel of Fortune, some colour, I'm not sure.
Oh, poor colorblind Skull.
The tower blue.
That should have been like an interaction. So you should have thrown something or something like that. You okay there, Mama?
Tamar was in my way. I couldn't grab them.
One time at band
Give Mama
camp,
space, Tamar.
I didn't
Wheel of Fortune, red.
play flute,
That means you lost sanity.
but I did play clarinet.
Oh, Ghost Event. Oh, it's just this room switched off. There you go.
Yeah, I played clarinet.
My turn.
We never did get a photo of the ghost, did we?
No, I tried. That's the tower.
Has anyone
Alrighty.
else's sound gone?
I think we just got ghost writing again though. I'm sure I just heard it.
The Hermit. Has anyone else's
Yeah,
sound
got
gone, or is
ghostwriting.
it just Holifer?
So I'm distracted by stream.
Does that count for 2?
But yeah, like my...
Yeah, it did. Is it my turn?
I put those in a really awkward place, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I was yelling, trying to grab them. The sun.
That gives you 100% sanity.
But yeah.
The Hermit.
Excuse me. The tower blue again.
Yeah, I just heard something get thrown.
Death.
That's a hunt.
Ah, dang nabbit. It's a...
Got it. Ah, cool.
Fast as fuck, boy. Holly, you can come back.
Come back, PG.
Why?
Forget a high priestess, we revive her.
Oh yeah.
We can go get sanity pills if you want. First.
There's not much point. We pull a card and it drops it to 0. I mean, we just wasted time.
The tower. Last card. Sorry.
We tried, Mama.
Oh, what's this? Repel the ghost with a smudge stick. Well, we know we probably should have had a smudge stick in there at the time.
Yeah, in hindsight, yeah, we should have had one.
Oh well. It stops your conversation if one of you is dead.
I'm back and all's good.
Should have
But
shaved.
yeah, I've met a couple of people in the industry, I guess you'd say. I don't know if I'd so much say famous. I played a gig. I used to be in a band called Severed Head, and we were not exactly doing well. We very rarely played gigs, but we managed to get into a place
Why
called
is
the
it always
Civic
me,
Bar.
you guys? Why? I swear the ghosts pick on me.
Why is it always me?
In that case, it's because you weren't the fastest.
Yeah, we
You
basically
guys ran in front of me. It's all my
the Civic
fault. You
Hall
guys like pushed me out of the way.
in a
and then I
town
was dead.
is
We can run
usually
through each other. We don't clip into each other. You can just run faster.
is essentially like the place, unless you're in a big city
Another
like the
tactic.
Civic
I
Hall
gotta
is
go to
the
a
venue.
Mystery battle quick. I'll be right back.
And
Also,
the
splitting up's a good idea.
Rasmus were playing at the hall, but attached to the hall was a bar, a small bar, and it was part of the same building.
Stuff.
And we were playing the bar the same night, and we didn't know this. And we went, and I was holding the door open for the guys as they were getting the gear in and out. And saw the tour bus and was like,
finally.
that's big official looking tour bus. But I didn't recognize
I'm
anyone
probably gonna
because
die.
the only one that I kind of knew what he looked like was the singer. And the guitarist started talking to me as we were stood holding the door. He was smoking. I didn't smoke at this point. And yeah, we were talking and he was singing, and then I got nudged out of the way by one of their roadies because he was carrying like a big, I think he was carrying the bass drum. And basically we got locked out the back because the reason I was holding this door open was it was like one of those fire exits pushed from the inside. So we were like, oh, well, shit. So we had to walk round and in through, you know, the main entrance at the front. But by this point, there were a few hundred Rasmus fans stood waiting to get into the venue for the show to start. So me and him walked chatting happily to each other into the Civic Centre.
We're ready when you're ready.
And I am pretty sure, because there were like paparazzi about it, I'm pretty sure that there is probably a photo of me with him somewhere on the internet. Somewhere. And we had access to all the backstage rooms because we were playing. We had our own backstage room. Ours was massive and cool but empty, and he invited us to theirs, and we did go in and speak to them. We didn't see the
Well,
single night
hello there.
actually. And
Bonjour.
he
This is an interesting angle.
you're beautiful just like that. And they had like fruit baskets and
Yay,
PlayStations
Christmas.
and like all sorts of
I
nice.
think
Like,
you
it
guys
was
looked at that
fucking
at that
fantastic.
moment like the monster from The Thing.
Never seen it.
Oh, you've got to watch The Thing.
So
Oh, it's a classic. Even I've
Yeah.
watched it, and I'm not a horror movie fan.
Yes, you would actually really like it, bitch.
are we talking original or remake?
Oh shit, the prison.
Got it. But yeah, so that was cool.
Stupid effing
about a year later, I was in Birmingham to watch Down at the O2 Arena.
I was about to
Well,
say, I think we
not
had
the
all
O2 Arena,
sort of
the
realised
O2
the
Academy,
next
sorry. And
Smart.
I wasn't there to see them because I liked them. Like, I didn't mind them. It was my boyfriend at the time. He wanted to go see them, so I went with his and his friends. And because I didn't really listen to them, I again had no idea what they look like. And we went to get some chips, and the chip shop was quite crowded. So I went in, and they stayed outside. And I was 10p short for my order, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna have to go outside. And so I was like, oh, just like give me a minute, I'll go outside and get this. And this big, bald American man behind me went, don't worry about it, and paid the 10p. And I was like, oh geez, thanks. And I think I gave him a chip as payment. And he was like, oh, you know, what are you doing here, you know, blah blah, having a bit of small talk whilst the order was going through. That was me. And I basically was like, oh, I'm here to see this band, blah blah. And I was like, and he was like, oh, you know, you're a fan. And I was like, no, like I don't mind their music, but I'm doing this like for my, well, he was my fiance at the time, because he loves them. And he was like, oh okay. And I came out chatting happily to this guy, enthralled by his American accent. You know, I was young. And there was stunned silence from my husband and his my fiance and his friends. And it wasn't until we were walking away that they were like, you realize that was the lead singer of Down, right? And I was like, shit, he just like paid for like 1% of our meal. So that was cool as well. It's my life. I don't seem to meet people in a usual way. There's always some kind of oddness to it, but you know, shit happens.
Has anybody gotten the power yet?
No.
Where's on name?
Yes.
Thank you.
And then obviously I met Amy Lee
I
through
literally just got there as
VIP,
you asked.
and that was awesome. I was a wreck. I was a gibbering, crying, shaky mess, so much so that I couldn't walk by the time I got to the front of the queue. I was just yeah. There was no yeah, it was just a mess. And she actually came forward because they were all stood waiting where on the backdrop where, you know, the pictures are taken, and she actually had to come forward and like, come on, like I was a little deer or something. It's okay, come on, gave me a hug and held my hand and walked me to the thing. And she, because I was so like thingy, she got quite mama bear on me and gave me a kiss on top of the head whilst we were having the pictures taken. And that, you know, my little boy heart grew about 50 sizes. It was an innocuous platonic kiss, but it didn't matter to me. I got a hug and a kiss on the head from Amy Lee, so I can die happy. But yes, those are my claims to fame, I guess.
These prison toothbrushes, I'm pretty sure, are nicer than my toothbrush. They've got like electric toothbrushes.
It is a woman's prison, that's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's actually quite common. It's not really a claim to anything really, because if you adorn the social medias, I've had it happen more on Instagram than I have Twitter.
Power is back on, guys.
Occasionally you will tag someone, a famous person in something, or a band or something, and occasionally they will respond to you. I normally take screenshots. Lizzie Hales responded to me, Gemma Jara. I don't know who it was from Within Temptation that responded to me. I think it was Sharon, because she is quite active, but I don't know. But it happens. It does happen more than people think on social media. If you tag someone like that, they usually will respond in some way. So that's about it. Like I said, not like not fucking lunch with Alice Cooper, but I've had my moments. had my mom.
Bone in the library. There's a skull in the library, people.
Okay.
No, that's getting your head into books.
Grown.
I agree. That was very bad.
Look, despite my young, youthful, carefree nature, I am a 30-year-old woman with a 6-year-old son. I'm allowed a mom joke here or there.
Okay, okay, we'll give it to you.
Oh, please do. Skull, you're not
I
invited.
won't. So, anything, guys? Any evidence?
No, I've only been downstairs,
no,
though.
so far.
I do have a camera, so I am going to take a picture of this skull. Do you remember when the bones were those little white things that looked like it was a dog toy?
Vaguely, yeah.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Do
You
remember
were
when you
really
could hear
here for the
footsteps all the time?
Yes.
No, I started the game a little bit late.
And you would get a picture of dirty water in a sink, which was fine, unless, of course, the ghost wasn't in a fucking bathroom. So what about you guys? Have you ever met someone in passing or intentionally, like a VIP thing that's famous? Tell me.
La 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 la,
Talk to
ghosty.
Mama,
Ghosty,
is you getting a little bored?
Yeah, I just want the ghost to come out and play.
Yeah, this is a shy one.
Also, I'm mad that I can't pull the fire alarm.
Oh, Mama, you never played with the Ouija board.
I didn't. Heartbreak.
Oh no.
There's a music box by the entrance guy.
Who's
Okay,
spamming the
okay.
radio? I heard a click upstairs, like you know, one of those doors being touched. So it might be up here. I think my husband met Elton John once. Is it Elton John or was it Phil Collins? Might have been Phil Collins. I know Phil Collins came to his school. Oh, I think it was his brother. I think his little brother met Elton John. His little brother did was in the school choir or something, and they did the NEC or something. It was like a bunch of school choirs in the NEC,
See if we
and
can locate this fucker.
I think it was yeah, I think his little brother met Elton John because Elton John was performing as well with them.
He didn't like that. It's hunting.
And the lead singer from Wizard at school events also met Emily. He obviously met Emily because he was yeah, I remember you actually saying you met the singer of Wizard. We had I have no idea how I fucking survived that. It chased me all the way down the stairs. We have EMF 5, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Where did it spawn?
I can't say exactly where, but it was upstairs. If you take the stairs through the double doors at the entrance instead of the ones to the right of the entrance, up those stairs, somewhere there.
Okay, can I play out the music box?
I think you would have broken it if you
I mean, yeah, like, tinker away, Mama. Finger those
Alrighty,
keys.
let's go. was fast.
That's what they all say. You want to meet Sharon though? I'd love to meet Sharon too. Sharon seems like she'd be a laugh. Yeah, no, I was saying we had the only sort of famous-ish person that came to our school was Samantha Mumba. You remember Samantha Mumba? She was like a one-hit wonder. She came and sang at our school, which I don't know why, because she wasn't from our area, and I don't think so anyway. And she definitely never went to my school, but she came. So yeah, that was it. That was the thing.
Yay, we survived.
Okay, so
If
it's
you can turn
definitely
the lights
upstairs.
on, it's definitely upstairs near the back, because I was up there when you started the music box. But I don't think he was in the infirmary. He was either the room at the back, or he was. Is it the office that's at the back? Perhaps there.
Yeah, I just want to check sanity before I.
Oh, we're doomed. Doomed, I tell you. Take another. I've still got better sanity both of you.
We never claimed to be sane to begin with. Have you met me and Mama?
Okay, I'm grabbing a voice box and I've got my EMF.
Right, I just want to point out a comment that is currently the last piece of chat that is there from my bot. The word shite. Why is it purple? Why is it a hyperlink? Because I spelt it that way because I thought that they would censor it if I just spelt it. So I'm curious now as to where that fucking takes you if you click it. Like, what have I assigned my... What have I associated myself with the... If someone's on a PC, would you open that in a new tab? I
Just
wanna know
throw
where it
it
is.
aside some over
Any
here.
more specific?
Over here. Have you got an EMF on you?
Yeah. We already know it's EMF 5. It doesn't take you anywhere. Okay. It must have just thought that it was a hyperlink, so it made it purple.
Keep going.
Where
This one.
are you?
Keep, not this room. Keep coming.
Well, that was fun for about 4 seconds. Where is that going to take you? Where will it lead? What's funny is I'm chatting away to you guys, but I think... Copy that. Have you noticed how the energy with Mama and Skull has dropped? Because they can't hear me talking, because I'm not holding down the button. So they think I'm being really pissy and quiet. But I'm not. As you guys know. Right. Given our sanity situation, I best I take a crucifix. Right, I'm bringing a crucifix in. I'm gonna stick it in some places.
Okay.
I like how nonchalantly you were just like, okay. Mama's getting to know me well enough now where she's just kind of like, she just rolls with it. Okay, bitch, you do that.
I'm just zone trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing, to be honest.
I saw it. It caught the corner of my eye that there was chat, so I looked. Better look next time. Better look next time, bitches. I marked it so I can make a clip because Michael, God, did he get me good. Like, he really got me good at the start of this stream. I'm leaving a camera on the, like, trolley thing.
Sounds good.
What other equipment do we need? Did we make it? Skull?
A little bit of poo, mate. Man, it started hunting while I was still in the room with it.
I tossed a crucifix in there. Piece of shit. Oh, oh, oh. I had to, right, I'm wearing these earphones this evening because look at that. Look at it. It is not a good hair day for me. And I was like, my husband was like, brought my other earphones up and he was like, I've got your earphones and that. And I was like, yeah, no, I need to put these ones on because I need them as kind of a
Turn off the
headband.
power again.
The power is, if you go to the stairs at the right, it's hunting again.
Right. I've got a UV. I suppose I should take another crucifix because I put a crucifix
Can
in
I
that
just
room.
check, Pidge, you definitely saw EMF5 because at the time that you got it, you were being hunted.
No, no, I saw it after.
You saw it after, cool.
Yeah, the hunt had ended. I was making my way back to search and I started the EMF out and it went to 5, so.
So EMF5, what was the other one we got? Spirit box.
Are you smoking?
Yes, could be a spirit because not spirits are it's really poor now.
Yeah.
Don't they only attack at 30% sanity?
Yes, that's a good point actually.
So what would we be looking for if it's spirit?
Mama, did you live? I'm coming in with a crucifix, Mama. I'll save you.
Have you got a book in there?
I've got one in my hand. I was going to put it up there, but then the ghost decided it was going to be a dick and hunt me.
I'll protect
There
you.
are toilets upstairs. You can hide in the cubicles. Don't forget.
The power of Christ compels you. I don't know where the toilets are from where I am, though, school. It's all well and good saying that, but I don't know where the toilets fucking are from where I am.
Power's on.
I dropped.
Gracias.
Hunting, hunting.
Excuse me.
Did I make it?
Is everyone alive?
I almost didn't. I thought the hunt was over and it... Son of a bitch!
I'm alive.
Well, good for you!
Good job!
Right, and I am saying that as a spirit, and the reason I'm going to say that's a spirit is if we read spirits, they are very powerful but passive, only attacking when they need to. They defend their place of death to the utmost degree, killing anyone that is caught not staying there welcome. So I would wager that this is a spirit. So that's what I'm going to go for. Because anytime anybody is getting close, don't fucking laugh. I see you, you crawly little bitch. Anytime anyone gets close to this room, she's like, fuck you. So did they have a book in here? Did they have a book? Did Mama ever get to putting a book down? I don't think she can. I don't think anybody can get close enough now. Coffee. I'll take coffee. People like coffee, right? Yo, Mama, you want to have coffee with me? There's my dead, lifeless body. Ma'am?
Hey.
We survived.
Just be quick, come on. Quick.
You're gonna get close and she's gonna immediately hunt you away.
Find the lights in this room.
Immediately. I kind of wish I was playing in VR so they could just see this coffee mug just following them around. Right, put your book down. And I will stay here.
Just go. Run.
Right in the book! Oh, fucking hell, you're more wheezy than I am. Oh god, I need to stretch.
No!
And there you go. How cool's that? We've never seen it actually pick up the book and write before, so that's cool. Mama? Mama? It's a spirit.
I got next to your body.
It's a spirit. I've just watched it write in the ghost book. So do you want to put spirit in your journal? Grab yourself a coffee or something. Drop it like flies. Hi Ninja, how you doing? Yes. Yes we are. How are you, my friend? How you diddly fucking doing? Mama? I don't want to lose my mama.
I'm coming. Yeah, distracted by chat.
Understandable. Mine have gone very quiet. After I played that video for them, I think I have depressed them.
Disturbed them.
Yeah, deeply
Oops, we went the
depressed and
wrong way.
upset them. So. Yeah, I continued our story time.
Guys, I'm back at the van. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna get.
We're coming! We're coming!
Ah! Oh, my brain took that somewhere it should not go.
Oh,
Doing alright. We know it's a spirit, but you don't.
Oh, I see 2 coffee cups.
I think it's a spirit, but you guess.
That's what he gets for being alive.
Yeah.
By the way, I have to pee again.
Welcome back. I've got
It was a spirit.
for you.
Yeah, I knew it was a spirit
Yay!
before we got the last bit of evidence because I was only hunting when we tried to get in the room, and the book says that they're aggressive when you try and enter their place of death. And then I was sat there looking at the book after you guys
Okay.
put it down, and as I was sat there looking at it, it actually picked up the book and started writing in it. So I was like, "Yep, that's a spirit."
Nice. Nice.
Cool.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to a stream-made battle. I gotta piddle again because I have the bladder like the size of a pea. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that stream I did last week with Mama and Cheat and that, it was like 5 hours long, and I realised after I'd done it that I hadn't peed the entire time, and I was very proud of myself. I didn't need to pee for a whole 5 hours.
Oh.
It might just be a mom thing.
Might just be a woman thing. I'm probably going to make this next game my last game, just because I've got work tomorrow.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we didn't have any takers for joining us, so you know. Lame. But whatever. What fucking
There it
else
goes.
in it? Although 2K
Which
is
level are you
online.
picking this time?
I don't know, I was just checking to see if it was online. 2K is online. But I was thinking I might call it quits soon myself, so. Did we... I think we... We'll do Grafton Farmhouse. We've only done one farmhouse so far.
Was it Grafton we did last time?
No, Bleasdale.
Yeah, you might have been actually.
Remember the board said... I'm just covering you guys.
It did, you're right. It was written on the board.
I thought you were some kind of ninja. I was like,
No.
he knows.
He knows. I know. He knows the map by just looking at the room layout. No, I'm
Yeah.
not that. You give me way too much credit.
Isn't that what little sisters are supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know
But
what
I'm
it is
supposed to bring
about
you
this
right down to earth.
bourbon, but it's making me so sweet and sappy. I suppose the drink of choice for people trying to soften me up is bourbon then.
Hey cat.
Speaking of which, Day Assassin, could you bring me a can of Pepsi? Because I poured myself some more and I don't have Pepsi to go with it, so... Pepsi, please!
I shall be back in a moment. I shall ready up in case we need to launch in. I just need to see what my cat wants.
He gotta go deal with his pussy.
Back in a sec.
I love it. Like, it's funny when people laugh. It's at its funniest when they sort of choke or like visibly go when I say stuff. But it's also funny to me when they don't know what to say. So they just kind of go, I'm going to ignore that and just, yeah. Like I said, listen to the song Uncomfortable by Hailstorm. It gives you a good insight into what I'm like. Thank you. Do you want to put those cans down? Grr.
Give me back. That was a good one. I don't think I could do that good. I can't roll my tongue.
I've
I can
had some
growl, but I
practice.
can't roll my tongue.
Oh, see, now that just disappoints me. You can't roll your tongue.
The closest I can get is like a...
It's not looking up for us, I'm gonna be honest, Mama. It might not be me, it might actually be you.
Dang. Shucks. Phooey.
It's one of my vocal warm-ups is that I have to do trills with my tongue, so I'm actually very good at
This is
it.
the closest I can get.
We can work on it. We can work. Wait,
proper roll.
it's a work in progress.
Yeah, my vocal coach did not like me.
Honestly, like some days because I practice singing very regularly, even if I don't like sing for you guys. So I will come home some days after dropping the munchkin off, and I'll wait till about 10 a.m. to be respectful, and then I will sing. But I do my vocal warm-ups, and they take me like 20 minutes, and I sound like an absolute freak. Like the people around my house that don't know what I'm doing must think I'm having a stroke. Like it's very it's not quite that bad, but yeah, it's not great. But I was thinking, like, for a laugh, I might actually do my vocal warm-ups on stream one day for you guys so you can hear the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah. Well, I love, like, the classic ones that, like, I don't know if it's, like, a Canadian thing, but there's, like, ones that it seems like if you were in choir in Canada, especially in Alberta, you know these specific, like, vocal warm-up songs.
Yeah, I don't do songs, so it's all just like stretching your voice and sounds, and like the main vocal warm-ups people think of are like things like that, so you're sort of like running down your register. Yeah, I don't do that because it's actually not very good for your voice. It doesn't warm it up, you're essentially just trying to sing. So the way you warm up to sing properly is via talking. You have to utilize talking, but in higher and higher tones to warm your voice and stretch the chords. So like one of them is going yum 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 all the way up.
Oh yeah.
Like 3 octaves.
Yeah, we did a similar one, but it was like Coca-Cola, 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 Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and there's another one where to help you connect your head voice to your chest voice, you intentionally sing as nasally as possible, so it's like nay 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 nay.
We used to do those. Yeah, and then I learned when I was like, I don't know, 9 that I have nodules. And then in choir, I didn't really care until I was older, and then I lost my voice at music camp.
Oh no, dude, that's the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah. It was.
I want to give you a hug.
Like I've never had like the greatest singing voice. Like, you know, I never thought I was going to go places with my voice, but I had a decent voice, and then yeah, I just absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah, my voice is not what it used to be.
Yeah, well, now I learned that, like, I have to sing soprano. It's easier on my voice than trying to sing alto.
Yeah, it's actually, it surprises a lot of people who don't sing that even for men it's easier to sing in your head voice in a higher register than it is to try and sing in your chest voice.
It's gentler on the vocal cords because the vocal cords don't rub together as much.
See, we're getting all technicals on you guys.
Yeah, but yeah, nodules are not fun, and I've had laryngitis because of them multiple times in my life. It was great fun when I was working with special needs children and I had 0 voice. Like, I couldn't even fucking hum. That's how bad it got.
Oh god. Yeah, no, I had half my thyroid out, and he was like, there's a 5% chance we might nick the nerve to your vocal cords, and I was like, excuse me? And they didn't. No. But yeah, at that point I was trying to make a career out of being a vocalist, so that was like,
Yeah. See, like, I never made a career or wanted, like, had any intention of making a career out of my voice. I just enjoy singing.
Yeah, I mean, I still sing really well. I just don't sing as well as I used to because I cough a lot because I smoke. And the coughing damages my vocal cords. And coughing doesn't damage them irreparably. Like, if I stopped smoking, the cough went away. Over probably 6 to 12 months I'd get it back, but what can I say? I'm an addict.
Well, my dad's a singer, and he smoked for me when he was like 12 until he was like mid-50s. So he smoked a long ass time. You know, good like 40 years. and then he quit a few years ago, and he says that like his vocal range has changed drastically over the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, my go-to song used to be Bring Me to Life on karaoke's. And I can still sing it. I can still sing it just fine. But it is definitely, it was a song I used to sing like breathing. I didn't find it difficult at all. And now I do have to push a little bit. Like it's not, it doesn't come easy. And that kind of showed me that, yeah, my upper register is somewhat deteriorated. Anyway, let's go.
Fair. Yeah.
I have a 5-octave range, or I used to have a 5-octave range. Up to...
Hello.
Hello. It wasn't up to the super high sopranos because I sing, I have a very deep voice as well. I can sing very low notes for a woman. So I'm like an alto, like a mezzo-alto soprano. I suppose mezzo-soprano, in a way. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine, Skull. I was in the middle of talking to chat, so. But it serves me well now, actually, because I enjoy singing a lot of heavy rock. And that requires me to growl a little. So as much as it's affected my ability to sing, like, I don't know, Disney songs.
I looked and now I forget. Do either of you know where the power box was?
Nope.
No, I'm checking the regular areas.
In his house.
Okay. I'll check upstairs.
But yeah.
I've just had my candle blown out in the living room.
Copy that. But yeah, it hinders my ability to sing like ballads and pop songs so much. Not so much hinders, but limits.
Yeah, I just said I found it.
But
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, I also got a summoning sucker.
Sweet.
Sweet. But when it comes to singing like the hard rock stuff, like the Hailstorm stuff, it's really helpful because I can add a bit of growl to it now when I want to. I still have to try though, it doesn't come naturally to me to sing like that because I was always taught to sing very... I had a classical vocal training. I was classically musically trained. I saw it again. Are you trying to tell me about this? Yeah, I was classically musically trained.
I got negative temps over here in the dining room.
Piano and
Negative.
vocals. More vocals than piano, don't get excited. I don't know, I thought so at first, but then he kept coming, dude.
You say you got negative temps here in the dining room?
Are you here?
I did for like a second. They keep like coming and going.
Where are you? How old are you? What do you want? Oh, fucking light.
It was like right before the ghost popped up.
Where are you?
So maybe it was just like glitching.
Are you here? How old are you? What do you want?
The wrong room.
You know, it spawned in here when it did that event,
Yeah,
so I think
Oh yeah,
it's...
it's here. It's here in the entryway.
It
followed you, it's right behind you, breathing down your neck.
You guys didn't see because I didn't have my push to talk down. I shit my fucking pants. I screamed and everything.
It's only an EMF 4. It's only an EMF 4.
Oh, I barely even saw that. Oh, that was funny.
I was walking right behind you, Pete, and I watched him follow you. It was brilliant.
It's gonna be a clip. Don't worry. You'll see it. You'll see it when I clip it.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I fucking jumped so far out my fucking skin.
Awesome. That was so awesome. Brilliant.
Son of a bitch!
I'll get a camera and a dots in there and see what we got.
I've got an extra video camera.
Oh my god, that was too funny. Oh, crap, my fucking pants. Fuck you.
Hi, Ghosty.
Oh. Well, there goes our light.
Guys, I'm starting to feel like this is a banshee and it wants me.
Can't say I blame it.
Oh, mama. Keep talking dirty to me.
I don't know how that was dirty, but okay.
It wasn't in what you said. It was more in how you said it.
Dot.
Fair.
And there goes Skull again. Trying to, you know, raise the tone.
That is a Yuri or an Oni.
Okay, I put crucifixes in. What else did we have? So we have dots. Do we have anything else?
Freezing temperatures.
So it isn't a banshee. I reckon it's probably a Oni then.
That'd be UF5.
I
We'll
did
be looking for ghost orbs.
put motion sensors in, but
We're either looking for EMF5 or ghost orbs, guys.
I'm gonna stay in the van for a minute because this ghost, it wants me.
It seems to. It seems to. You're its favorite.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Did we get photos of the bone, or...?
No, not yet. I'm going to go do that.
And the summoning circle.
I'm going to stay here and quiver.
Where was the bone?
Honey Jam.
Haven't found it yet.
Okay, I'll go get the summoning circle. Cause
I was so sure it was going to be a banshee. Like, every time I got near that fucking thing, it was like, hello. It could be a Yurei, though, because I think it's the... Is it the Yureis who, the more you talk? Because there's this thing, right? Like, I'm not holding down push to talk at the minute. It's not supposed to be able to hear me, but you can fuck right off. It hears you. Yureis have been known to have a stronger place of death will drop it. I don't think it's a Yurei. It's nothing to do with talking, but it also isn't having a very strong effect on our sanity. So I think it's an Oni. Onis love to scare their victims as much as possible before attacking. Yeah, I put 2 in there. They are often seen in their physical form guarding their place of death. Onis are more active when people are nearby and have been seen moving objects at great speed. Onis are very active, making them easier to find. Guys, reading between Yurei and Oni, I feel like this has to be an Oni.
Agreed.
I also agree, but we need to get the EMF to confirm it, don't we?
Yeah. I will move the motion sensors in the hope of actually catching this fucker. I didn't feel like I had my light on for a minute. Right, okay. Little known fact is that
Any
you
sign
can
of the bone?
actually put these
No, I've looked nearly all over downstairs now.
no. I'll sweep upstairs in case it's been missed. Yep, it's in the bathroom at the very top of the stairs.
We've got a camera.
Well, that's probably because I didn't really actually look there.
I got it.
Fucking sassy. Yeah, as much as that made me jump, it didn't actually give me any kind of anxiety, which I'm grateful about. The last time I got jump scared that bad, I did, like, genuinely have to be like... My heart was just going and I got chest pain. not on your life. Won't let it break me, won't give up the fight. But on this last thread I'm holding so tight. Feed my imaginings, won't let a sweet dream die. So not on your life, I'm not abandoning, I have survived. Somehow still standing through death and through day. I need your love like the drug keeping me alive. Drown me in your blinding light. 53%. Mama, you are on the lowest. One pill each should be a good idea.
That's your pill.
Actually, yeah, there's only 2 left, so if Mama just does it. I will be more
Still not got the motion sensor.
Yeah, I'll get my
Need to find the ghost again.
Scars on my
I don't know,
heart.
it's still getting cold
Even
temps in there,
in
so I think it might still be
dreams
somewhere
I
around there.
hear you calling, breaking the surface. I won't let go. You're part of me. Can't stop me now. Just clawed my way back from deep underground.
Does not want
No
to step in
doubt,
the
no
motion sensor.
hatred, no holding back now. Set me on fire, I like it the way it burns. Hand on your heart, who really thought we would make it this far? What good could come of embracing the dark? We've known each other through brokenness, and now look how strong we are. Drown me in your blinding light. I will be more than my survivor. Only scars on my heart. Even in dreams I hear you calling, breaking the surface. I won't let go. You're part of me. I suppose I should really go in and move those bloody things, shouldn't I? I don't want to. Where is this ghost moved to?
Over between the...
Excuse me.
Over between the 3 rooms here.
Okay. Just setting motion sensors back up. Hopefully we can catch it. It might be wandering in and out, so maybe.
Do we see orbs?
No, I'm not seeing orbs at the moment.
Well, I've moved the motion sensors. I'm hoping that... I don't know. Actually, yeah, I'm going to move that one. Hang on. I've just got a plan, lads. I've got a plan.
I'm bringing in another video camera to cover more of them.
I just noticed. I heard my camera go off. So, hang on. Fuck.
Hunting?
Too far. Is that Mama screaming?
Bitch. She's dead.
Oh no! Mama! I can see where she died.
Where were you for the last 30 seconds, mate?
My camera died. I was fixing shit.
You could have told us.
Why? What difference would me being here have made? Getting fucking sassed. Okay, so about there, right? I'm trying to catch it in a fucking crossfire. What other than the hunt? What happened? I looked in the wrong camera. Ooh, that's damn near perfect, isn't it? Although it could probably run through like Skull just did. I'm getting some activity on the board that makes it look like it's an EMF 5. I don't know what's he doing. I have another burp brewing. Excuse me. It's all the Pepsi. I'm looking in the wrong camera again. It's all Pepsi. I would be a shit TV host. Oh? Oh, we're getting moved. We get moved, lads. This is like found footage. Do you think the ghosts moved again?
Possibly, I'm just looking around for orbs. If I don't see any, I'm just going to leave.
I think it's pretty obvious it's an Oni. It's not okay. Is it? Huh? It's hunting with activity that low? The activity's 9 out of 10. That's unusual. Now it's out of 10. What was the activity board? Just like a little behind or something? Mama, I'd grab something to throw for us and like put a guess in your book. If you can hear me. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, carry on. 'Cause nothing really matters. Oh. Okay, well, just throw shit at me. I'm gonna guess Oni. I feel like this is far too active for a Yurei, so just toss your shit at me. Toss a coin to your Witcher peeps. That's gotta be Mama, she threw me beer. Oh, but there was another can of beer as well. Apparently I'm not drunk enough yet. Gives me all the alcohol. Ooh, I feel like I just got whacked right in the head.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Next time, Skull, run faster.
It moved back to the entryway. That's where it hunted from.
Yeah. Yeah, like spawned right in front of the door.
Yeah, it gave me a ghost event first, and he was right in front of the door, and I'm like, I don't have a picture camera, I can't take a photo of you, mate, sorry.
You know, I
Then
was
he immediately
confused.
hunted.
I was
And then
confused
he
by
immediately
that.
hunted.
Because I was watching the camera in the van, and it went all glitchy. And I was like, oh, is it hunting? And I turned around, and the activity was on 5, or... yeah, it was on 5. And then I heard the door close, but the activity stayed on 5 for quite a while after the actual hunt started. And I was like, what now?